Welcome back to Ultra Review, episode number 29. We're here reviewing for episodes 39 to 42 of Ultraseven. First, we start with a two-parter, the second ever two-part of this whole series. There actually is one more after this, and it's the final two episodes. Yeah, this one's basically about these aliens who come to Earth, who, one of their primary goals is to kill Ultraseven. Of course, we have to have basically a couple monsters he's previously defeated. And they go to Earth, and apparently, there's also these strange reports where, oh, it's a bunch of prank calls. And then when Dan and Ann go out, yeah, they get attacked. Also, I should point out something interesting though about Ann. Ann, for a little while, has had a bob haircut, where hair is very short. And then by, I think it was episode 41, she went back to long hair look. I'm not really sure why. I've tried reading on the Ultra Wiki page to see if they give an explanation of why she cut her hair and then she just grew it back for no explained reason. Yeah, I don't get exactly the reason for this, because it just seems completely random. It's never mentioned by the cast members in the series. No one comments on the fact her hair is shorter or it's longer. They don't really say anything. Also, in this two-parter, Ann gets basically very anxious over Dan being missing. Yep, so we'll get back to that. So then eventually, these aliens, they're called the Guts. And I thought basically that the special effect was weird for these guys. It's these aliens are the most bizarre aliens I've ever seen. Design-wise, the suit is fine. It's just special effects these monsters is bizarre. Where, they're see-through. Even their ships are see-through, too. For some strange reason. And then eventually, they do, in fact, Ultraman goes on its own. And he gets captured. He gets basically battles, two of them. Goes giant size. And sort of really beats them. And they trap him inside this cross-shaped glass case, where at one point he's in the sky, and they use this particular thing to basically restore his power. They fire at it 3 times, nothing happens. It turns out this actually is an illusion. And of course, Ann is we're still worried about Dan the whole time. And so then eventually, just by sheer coincidence, I think it's Fubushi, he just somehow randomly finds the real Ultraseven, where his case is leaning against the cliffside. So they use a drill, yes, the magnet drill to come out, and they fire at him, restore his power, where it's complete full, and he's to beat the monster, beat these aliens, no problem. And that's it. It seems kind of odd they basically couldn't beat him the first. Even though he's at full power. And the one thing that these aliens forgot is that he's also solar powered. They think, his energy, yeah. Ultraman did the same thing too. And the weird thing about that series is that they complain the pollution was very high, so he can't be active for very long. He was active for maybe 5 minutes before his powers was going out. Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. They say that the pollution in the atmosphere, and I'm seeing the episodes are it's perfect sunshine. So, what the heck are they talking about? I guess they realized, the writers of this series, when they made this one, they must have realized, though, yeah, that was stupid. How about energy not, regular heaven's weakness not be always solar power, but actually the fact he's cold, that he's very cold weather. Okay, fine, that's better. So, right after this two-parter, Dan's found in the field, and then, of course, they move on to the next episode. The next episode, and I forgot, next 2 episodes all about going underwater. Yeah. Where I watched the episode and I'm what in the world was this episode? Yeah. The one thing I didn't like of this episode is that we didn't see any Ultra Guard members until about 8 minutes into the episode. For the first 6 minutes, we had to stick with these group of people known as the Kappa Club, where, oh, there's a Kappa around. Kappa is a Japanese turtle demon. They think they see it, and it turns into aliens. Oh yeah, at one point they thought members of Ultra Guard were Kappa, even though they were just scuba diving. And apparently this investigation was held in secret. Why it's being held in secret? I don't really know. It's weird of why the heck this is. Excuse me, because the episode does not go into this at all. It feels as though this is just complete pure randomness when it comes to doing this. Yes, it feels pure randomness. So, yeah. And anytime these guys show up, I just fast forward the episode just to get to the Ultra Guard members because the Kappa Club scenes are boring. They are not interesting at all. They yell a lot in the episode. The whole stuff with Ultra Guard seems like they're supporting characters in their own damn episode. Like we had the most screen of this Kappa Club, which I'm so glad they basically dropped them in this one episode. Now, I've never had to fast forward to an episode before, like, until I watch this very episode, because normally I'm invested the whole time, watch every episode, any of these Ultra series I watch, but wow, this episode was bad. Oh my gosh, this is one of the worst episodes I've ever seen for the whole series. The Kappa Club is bad. The aliens are just so bizarre. Like, nothing much, like, it's like, the way it's written this episode is that the Ultra Guard, despite the fact that aliens are publicly known in the series, people do know about aliens. And it was kind of a similar thing with the previous episode where it was a friend of Fubushi's, where the power to restore Ultraseven's power, and she thought the alien was an animal. Yes, seriously. Like, did she not read the news that the thing was attacked by aliens? Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. And it turns out, yeah, there's an alien here, and it's just not interesting. I was not a fan of episode 41. 42, it's like, okay, we start out with these two guys talking at this base, this underwater sea base, which are exploring the ocean floor, which apparently making sea farms, underwater cities. And then we see this boy running to this woman who's head in the sand, and it turns out it's Anne. Why in the heck is she buried up to her neck in sand? Well, she had the beach bass for why this had to happen. Did Dan do this? Never known. By the way, you actually see her wearing a one-piece swimsuit. Yes, a beautiful woman she is, and she's wearing a one-piece swimsuit. What, is she embarrassed by her figure or something? She has to wear a one-piece swimsuit? Yes, it's pink. Because of course it is. Dan wears a leopard-style swimsuit, which I found that to be interesting. You thought a guy like him, maybe Anne probably got him a Speedo. Nope. It's regular swim trunks that any person can find at some store. And then while they're there, like, it's told, oh yeah, we had to stop because for reasons. And then all of a sudden the seahorse plant explodes. And of course Dan obviously contacts the strategy room and informs, like, what? The thing exploded? What happened? Yeah, it turns out some kid told him it, and of course they eventually find it, and he's loosely related to some species known as the Normant. Which, according to Dan, he thinks in his head like, oh, the whole thing with these aliens are, these creatures, is that the people from Land of Light refer to humans under this name, which I find that to be interesting. And of course, these creatures refer to humans as invaders. And I've read that this episode got a lot of flack due to the fact that this deals with cultural differences in a very negative way. And the writers and actors have disputed that. that has nothing to do with it at all. It just deals with other stuff. It has nothing to do with people we're talking about this episode. Is this a bad episode? Not really, no. I just think that the series is starting to slip when it comes to good quality stories. I'd say that 42 is definitely an improvement over 41. At least the child actor is not in it very much to be annoying. As for what he is, like, it's not revealed till the end of the episode what he is. He's a ghost. Yes, Chi-Chi is a ghost. And spends a good amount of time with him for some reason. And you think of these 4 episodes, like, and gets a good amount of development in episodes 40, basically of 3 or 4 episodes. And gets a lot to do. 41, it feels as though, like, the cast is shoved aside for no apparent reason. Yeah, that's what it seems like to me. And we're getting very, very close to wrapping this series up. We have exactly 7 episodes left to go, and then we're done. As finished up today, that's a distinct maybe. If not, this will be finished up tomorrow, and I will start our next series. It won't be in our Ultra series per se, but you'll find out what my next Ultra series will be. But it will I'll reveal when I get to the last one, which will be 2 videos from now of what the next series I'll be watching, which is going to be quite surprising and a bit smiling on my part because of what I saw for viewer count for one episode recently. Okay, so that's pretty much a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and join the like button. Well, back to Ultraseven now.